EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. But today we start the new season with an AFC West division battle right out of the gate, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. They go play action now. Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Wilson going to change things up here.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, this, of course, is an intriguing Week 1 opener. On one sideline, you've got Josh McDaniels, Raiders head coach. But remember, back in Denver, where he was the head man in 2009 and 2010 as well. And on the other sideline, Sean Payton making his debut as head coach of the Broncos.
Two established coaches, both of them made...
Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 7.
21. White.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here comes third down and 7. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams, 50 yards. yards. And the Raiders are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I wanted to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0? Like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taking it about the 16. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Wilson changing the play. A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Shoves him away. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 41 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter, and he has been tremendous to start the new year.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here we go, here we go. Fire!
Jacobs will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Wilson. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
21, 21. White. 13.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. It gets it right back to Mayer. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
And Notre Dame seems to be turning into tight end U. And they just seem to churn out those reliable chain-moving pass catchers. And Mayer, one of the best in that line. Las Vegas, fortunate to get him in round 2 and plug him in as a starter.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Garoppolo. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Flushed out right. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
65.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
A 7-yard gain.
Now it's Wilson sliding out of the pocket.
Down the right sideline. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback is scrambling around, actually takes off and runs downfield. And that's exactly what he did.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
Look for signals. 14.
To throw is Wilson. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. On play action, it's Garoppolo.
He short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
36 power. Easy. Touch.
Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. The defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the... for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
21.
To throw, it's Garoppolo.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Play action, Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Allen has improved himself every chance he could and increased his sack total each of his 4 years with the Cardinals. Now with the Broncos, they're counting on a breakout being right around the corner.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Wilson dancing to his left.
Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 30 big ones. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now it's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On first down, Garoppolo.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And the Raiders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Here's Jacobs.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Caught on the right side by Adams. No gain on the play. And that will lead to a third and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
I got you. 13. 11.
Garoppolo now on third and goal. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Touchdown, Raiders! 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the Raiders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Raiders 31, Broncos 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing is Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's out right at the 25. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So,
this is taken in. It's complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Jerry Jeudy,
75 yards.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. On 2nd down, here's Wilson.
At the 36-yard line.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This will be caught. Judy. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They run. It's Williams. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Counter play with Jacobs. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Tyree Wilson, that is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
3rd and long, it's Wilson.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down, it would appear. And yes, the chain gang going to move the sticks. They take a risk on 4th and 4, but they get it by a full yard. Now a throw here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
At the 38-yard line.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
An audible here to get a new look.
Here we go with Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And they're going to speed things up here. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now it's Wilson. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Wilson wants a different look. Throwing on first down. Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw is Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
One last shot for Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.